And now, Legal Insights with Gus and Astapulo Law Firm.
As families spend more time outside this summer, dog bite and dog-related injury cases tend to rise. But did you know South Carolina follows a strict liability standard? Well, here to share more on this legal insight, let's welcome back Gus and Astapulo, attorney and founder of the Gus and Astapulo Law Firm. Happy to have you back.
Always a pleasure, Layla.
Okay, so many people have heard of the one free bite rule, but why does South Carolina reject that?
So you're right, no free bite here, and the reason why is we have what's called a strict liability standard. What that means is you don't have to prove that the dog owner was careless, you don't have to prove that the dog had a history. All you have to prove is that the dog caused your injuries.
Okay, so what does that mean for dog owners?
So for dog owners, that means that if whether it's a bite or otherwise injury that's caused as a result of your dog, you're responsible. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a bite. It can be your dog bolting out of the yard, knocking somebody off their bike. It could be when your dog's out for a walk and their leash trips somebody, you're responsible.
And is there a differentiation between whether an adult is injured versus a child?
Sure. So in several ways. One is there's several defenses that are available to the dog owners. First is provocation. Now, where that's different with a child is that defense is likely not to apply as much for provoking the dog. If you provoke the dog, then the different rules apply. It's different for children. Also, from damages standpoint, damages, the same standard applies, but typically they're viewed more valuable for children, given the trauma, the lasting injuries, and the length of that and that sort of thing.
Children are also they have less defenses.
They do,
right?
Absolutely. Less defenses are available to dog owners as it goes to children. And the two main defenses to know about: provocation, if you tease, attack the dog, essentially if you're the one that causes the fight, the rule doesn't apply. The second is lawful presence. You have to have been allowed to be where you were when the attack happened. Doesn't apply to trespassers. So if you're a trespasser or you're the aggressor, the rules don't apply.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because I was wondering if there were any defenses for the dog owner in these cases. So let's say it happens on or near your property. So if it's a trespasser, then you have every right to protect your property.
Absolutely, yes. And so think about it this way.
Okay.
You have a property that says, beware of dog outside, and that the owner invites you inside. The dog attacks you, they're not protected there. But same scenario, you walk into their property without their permission, you're a trespasser at that point. So the signage doesn't necessarily act as a shield.
I'm also curious, if it happens on or near your property, if you either rent or own a home versus when you're out, say, at the dog park or in a public place.
Typically it is homeowners insurance that applies in these scenarios. A lot of times there's exclusions for dog bites or specific breeds, so that's something else to consider.
Okay, and does it matter whether it happens on or near your property versus a public venue?
It doesn't, no. Your homeowner's coverage would apply in both scenarios.
Oh, okay.
In that instance. Sometimes the issue can be tracking down the actual owner, and if you do track them down, verifying whether or not they even have coverage. But no, it would apply whether it happens at your house or up the street.
Okay, and I'm curious, let's say you didn't see it happen, but someone claims that they were injured by your dog, let's say, and there's no surveillance or video footage. How would you go about proving that you were injured by that dog?
Sure. It's going to be the usual things. Witnesses, visible markings, scars, things like that. But also, maybe you even want to take it a step further and you can pull the animal control record. Maybe there's been some issues. You don't have to prove that this dog has a history, but ultimately that can help bolster your claim. And so those are going to be the main things: witnesses, and also making an incident report the day it happens, calling EMS, that sort of thing.
Okay, I have heard of cases where people have also made up injuries which were not actually caused by that specific dog. Do they ever do analyses like bite marks? Do the teeth match up to the bite mark? Or
Waywa,
go into like deep forensics on this?
Right, Waywa, they have forensics for all types of things.
Yeah.
I've never gotten that far with the case, but
Okay.
I'm sure that would apply in that specific scenario. Again, there's lots of crazy people. There's a test for everything. So
Indeed, yeah, it's good to know that. All right. So for anybody who wants any more information, where can they find you?
They can find us online, guslawsc.com, or give us a call, 843-310-5555.
Terrific. Great to see you again.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Layla.
much. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
This has been Legal Insights with Gus and Astapulo Law Firm.